Yo, baby, what's your name? Why do you need to know my name, strange man?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you smile? Show me that pretty smile.
That happens to me every bus ride.
I really prefer you to talk to me because you hate women. Thank you.
Yo, baby, what's your name? But...
Dear creepy BitterGrrl, because feminist bloggers often talk about being hit on and generally harassed by creepy guys without ever describing exactly what makes them creepy, I've been trying to pay more attention so as to avoid being creepy myself. Unfortunately, the first time I've ever come across complaints of creepy guys was in a post by Amanda Marcotte. As usual, she doesn't describe what makes them so creepy, apparently relying on her female readership to know exactly what she means. Still, isn't Amanda Marcotte the person who published a book depicting feminist women being menaced by gorillas and bone-in-the-nose Mandingo stereotypes, and then couldn't figure out why anyone would think that was racist? Also, I noticed when Rebecca Watson describes the creepy guys that plague her, she can't help but do a rather questionable yo baby dialect that seems to suggest she's talking about African American men.
Yo, baby, what's your name?
I know it's sometimes hard to tell the difference between radical feminists and social conservatives, but it's like both have this endless loop of birth of a nation running through their heads. Is it just me? Or are white, middle-class, status-worshipping, and sex-obsessed, giggling schoolgirl feminists just kind of racist? Your brother in social justice.
Dear bro, it's just you really. I have no idea what you're talking about, or, to put it plainly, what you're talking about, Willis. Fuck you and die, creepy BitterGrrl.
Dear creepy BitterGrrl, hi. I'm writing because I have a question for you. I'm really hoping you can help me. I'm a single, late 20s male rational thinker and feminist. Some time ago I was at an atheism conference and I saw this woman giving a talk there. She had a lot of really cool things to say. I enjoyed her talk very much. Later on that night, early in the morning really, I ran into her in the elevator of the hotel. I wanted to get to know her better, so I asked her if she would like to join me in my room for coffee. She got really upset and called me a creep. Then later, I saw the same woman on a YouTube video, like, scolding every male who had ever been on an elevator about my asking her out to coffee. I was, like, really freaked out. So is it practical for me to consider all feminists as potential Schrodinger's rape accusers? If I'm alone with them, will they consider me a rapist and thus feel compelled to file criminal charges against me? Well, this is really a problem on elevators when asking about drinking coffee will make them accuse me of molesting them with my mind. Now, when I'm in an elevator with a woman, I immediately turn and face the wall, thinking only of Jesus. Is this sufficient, or should I mace myself whenever a woman enters the elevator with me to prove my innocence? I also consider castration as a way of proving my innocence. Would you accept that as proof I do not intend to rape someone? So, please tell me, creepy BitterGrrl, was I wrong to ask her to have coffee with me? Does this mean that, like, I'm a douche or something? I really want to know. Thank you. Signed, effed up in elevator.
Dear hateful, rape-supporting, misogynistic harasser, I consider getting an email from a serial predator such as yourself to be a form of sexual assault. If not penal vaginal assault, then some form of assault with a foreign object, up to and including the pink device I keep in my sock drawer that I coyly refer to as Raoul. I'm not exactly sure. I'll let you know in a few days how assaulted I feel, or how many hits my harrowing story of assault gets on YouTube, plus additional advertising revenue, merchandising deals, and crap ceramic jewelry sold at Sketty Palooza that looks like it was made by a derivative and mildly retarded 6-year-old. Often it takes me up to a week to decide how raped I feel by the feminine hygiene products I use. Keep in mind that any time I reserve the right to double down on my complete outrage. Usually I discuss my level of outrage with Raoul first, who, incidentally, goes through sea batteries like they're fucking popcorn. You obviously have no idea how to comport yourself as a decent male in our rape culture. I would give you clearly defined guidelines such as taking another elevator rather than getting on one with a woman, and crossing the street to prove you're not going to attempt flying broad daylight rape, which is an epidemic judging from the sort of comments and emails I get. I will most definitely show them to a skeptical world sometime between now and the entropic heat death of the universe. However, you must realize that giving you any standards would preclude my most important metric, which is to claim anything you do as totally wrong on a Wednesday, even if what you did is exactly what I said was okay the previous Monday. You think you're so special, but what you have to realize in your patriarchal and androgen-poisoned mind is that I am assaulted, harassed, and nearly raped on a daily basis. I can't get on a bus or elevator without men completely shedding any sense of decorum or personal dignity to tell me how fine I am, or complimenting me on the rotating color swatch that is my hair, which is, incidentally, chartreuse today. Just the other day, I was walking down the street minding my own business, which is being totally desirable and attractive, not that it's any of your business. However, just to prove the point, I will send you a nude picture of myself, provided you promise not to look at my tits. Anyway, I was walking down the street minding my own fine business when an apparently high-status male, as if there's any other kind, spotted me from several stories up in an office building. Overcome with, well, me, he had no choice but to throw himself through the window so he could land at my feet with a dull thud and in a sparkly shower of laminated safety glass. He looked up at me with the half of his face that wasn't completely flat, and choking on his own blood, with his last dying breath, he said, "Hey baby, show me that pretty smile." I'm really tired of putting up with that. You have no idea. Fuck you and die. Creepy BitterGrrl.